Namaskar. I am Dr. Sapunti brings you the viewpoint. The highly anticipated June truce between the United States and Iran has completely shattered. Right now, the Middle East is sliding back into open conflict, and the entire flashpoint has converged onto a single 21-mile wide strip of water, the Strait of Hormuz. After weeks of fragile diplomacy, the United States has officially reinstated a full naval blockade on Iranian ports, launching 5 consecutive days of intense airstrikes stretching all the way to Tehran. In response, Iran's Revolutionary Guard has vowed that not a single drop of oil will leave the region. With thousands of seafarers trapped, shipping at a near standstill, and Hellfire missiles actively disabling tankers, we are looking at a worst-case scenario for global energy. Today we break down exactly what is happening, the controversial Hormuz Tolls, and how this chaos is about to hit your wallet. So, how did we get back to the brink of total war so fast? Back in June, a 14-point memorandum of understanding was signed to give both sides 60 days to negotiate a final peace deal. But the deal had a fatal flaw, a massive disagreement over who actually controls the strait. The United States claimed Iran violated the truce by harassing commercial ships and trying to force them into Iranian-controlled lands. Following a series of missile attacks on tankers, President Donald Trump officially declared the ceasefire over. Since then, United States Central Command, or CENTCOM, has launched relentless waves of daylight and nighttime strikes, hitting Iranian command centers, air defense strikes, and coastal surveillance networks. The escalation reached a fever pitch when the United States military fired Hellfire missiles to disable an unladen oil tanker defying the blockade near Kharak Island, while Iran retaliated with drone and missile strikes targeting United States assets in Bahrain, Kuwait, and Iraq. To understand why this water matters, you have to look at the tactics. Iran has heavily mined the central part of the strait. They have been using a new tool, demanding all commercial ships register with their newly mined Persian Gulf Strait Authority and paid transit protocols to pass through their northern territorial waters. But then came a wild card. President Donald Trump proposed an aggressive counter tool. He announced that the United States would take total control of the strait and impose a 20% reimbursement fee on all cargo passing through to pay for American military protection. This sparked immediate global outrage. Allies and adversaries barked, and Brazil President Lula da Silva publicly calling the United States tool plan piracy. Facing massive pushback from the shipping industry, Donald Trump backed down from the direct tool, opting instead of demand trade and investment deals from Gulf states. However, the United States stance remains absolute. Trump has declared the United States the guardian of the Hormuz Strait, asserting that no country has the right to charge transit fees in international waters. The real world impact of this geopolitical chest thumping is immediate and terrifying. The Strait of Hormuz is the world's most vital energy artery, carrying roughly one-fifth of the global's oil and natural gas supplies. Before this conflict, about 130 commercial ships transited the strait every single day. Today, that number has plummeted to less than 10 ships a day. Maritime data shows a staggering 52% drop in traffic over just a single weekend. Major international shipping firms are entirely avoiding the route. Nearly 6,000 seafarers are currently stranded abroad, hundreds of vessels in high-risk zones, with international rescue operations entirely frozen due to the active crossfire. Unsurprisingly, crude oil prices immediately spiked, hovering near $80 a barrel, while global financial institutions like the IMF and World Bank claim the broader global economy has shown resilience so far. Prolonged gridlock here will trigger massive fuel shortages across Asia and spike inflation across the West. Right now, we are locked in a dangerous game of maritime chickens. The United States Navy is actively turning away tankers trying to trade with Iran, while the IRGC warns that further strikes will keep the strait permanently closed. Even though President Donald Trump has stated a diplomatic deal is still possible, the facts on the ground point to a massive escalation. Neither side wants to back down from claiming absolutely sovereignty over the world's most critical choke points. And that's all for now. Thank you.